Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to Lesson 7, Part 2, where we're going to discuss how a mock rock is like a chocolate chip cookie. First and foremost, however, I want to bring up one big way that they are not alike. And obviously one is edible, which means it's able to be eaten, and the other one is inedible. Okay, so we know edible and very yummy is going to be our chocolate chip cookie, and inedible is going to be our mock rock. However, we can still look at these two things and make some comparisons between how they are alike, okay? Simply because we're looking at sort of the properties or the exterior of each item. Okay, so let's sort of start to compare a little bit here what we see. Okay, in our mock rock, okay, you see at the very, very top there, we have the gravel, right, red and green. And over here we see in a chocolate chip cookie, you see these little brown chocolate chips. So could you somehow compare that in a mock rock, maybe the gravel is similar to the chocolate chips in the chocolate chip cookies? You sure could. Okay, so I'm going to say the red and green gravel, okay, is similar to the chocolate chips. Okay, so that's one for one, how they are alike. What is another way that our mock rock and our chocolate chip cookie are alike? Well, we know that in our mock rock, from the ingredients that we could see, we know we had sand. So I want you to think of something for a moment that might be sort of grainy. Obviously, we don't put sand in a chocolate chip cookie, but we do put something else that's edible and sort of grainy at the same time and very sweet. You got it, sugar, okay? Sugar. Very good. All right, so what were some of the other things that we saw inside of our mock rocks? What about the oyster shells? If you're thinking about the oyster shells, how would they be similar or different to a chocolate chip cookie? Okay, oyster shells. Potentially you could say, what else could you put in a chocolate chip cookie that might be hidden inside there? What about like some type of nuts? Could the nuts somehow be like the oyster shells? So as you see, when you're sort of making this comparison between the mock rock and the chocolate chip cookie, the student was really looking at the ingredients that were inside both of them. Even though one is edible and one is inedible, you can still make a good comparison between how they're alike simply by their exterior appearance. Okay, now it's your turn to go ahead and respond to what you've learned and think about if there's anything else that you could think about to include on how they are alike just by looking at the outside. Can't wait to see what you come up with.